Three Fargo attorneys have had their licenses to practice law in North Dakota suspended. The North Dakota Supreme Court has suspended the licenses of Mark J. Pilch, Kristen A. Overbolt, and Stephen J. Baird. Pilch's license has been suspended for a year as of Thursday. His license was also previously suspended October 31st of 2022 for failing to comply with continuing education reporting requirements. On May 25th, 2023, the hearing panel filed default findings of fact, conclusions of law, and recommendations for discipline. The hearing panel found Pilch was contacted to represent a client in a small claims court case. Pilch was unprepared for the representation, failed to be prompt in his representation, failed to inform the client of decisions to be made, failed to notify the client of the termination of his services, and failed to return the client's property and papers. Overbo's license has been suspended for 6 months and 1 day. In June of 2022, Overbo notified a client she was withdrawing as her counsel and would not be filing an appeal. She did not withdraw, and without client authorization, on July 22, 2022, filed a notice of appeal on the client's behalf. The client then terminated Overbo. Despite requests from the client, Overbo failed to return the client's documents. Baird also had his license suspended for 6 months and 1 day. The hearing panel found that Baird was retained to represent a husband and wife to file for bankruptcy. Baird assigned an associate attorney to handle the file. The associate attorney failed to act with reasonable diligence and promptness, and Baird took over representation. Baird also failed to act with reasonable diligence and promptness, failed to keep the clients reasonably informed about the status of their matter, failed to respond to reasonable requests for information, and failed to take steps reasonably necessary to protect the client's interests after the attorney-client relationship broke down, and failed to take reasonable remedial action with respect to his associate's handling of the bankruptcy.